going on, Array Digital crew? Welcome to another lunchtime live stream. This is Brianna's first live stream. She's our CEO expert here. SEO expert
SEO.
at Array Digital.
Yeah. Today we are talking about Gen Z and how to market to them. So we thought we'd start off by talking about what Gen Z is, because it seems to be a little uncertain. A lot of people say like 1995 to 2015, people born within that time period, but
yeah, when we were looking up stuff for this live stream, I did some research and looked at the Pew Research Center, and technically they say millennials end in 1996 and then Gen Z starts in 97, but it's a little on the fence. So Brianna is actually on the fence.
I am. I was born in 96, so I'm like right on the cusp, but I have a sister that's definitely a millennial and a sister that's definitely Gen Z, so I feel like I have a little of both. So yeah.
And so the oldest of Gen Z right now is about to graduate high school, some are graduating college, and they are about to enter the job market and be really major consumers. I think you're actually looking up like what percentage of the world is under 30 now? Like
52% of the world's population is under 30 right now, which is crazy if you think about it.
So of course that includes millennials, but a lot of those people are, the Gen Z generation.
Yeah.
They're also known as the I generation, which Brianna was like, does that mean they're really selfish? But it's, just like the iPod and the iPhone came up in their lifetime. Or they're the post-millennials.
Or post-millennials, if you will.
If they like Post Malone. So that's a little bit just about how to classify Gen Z. As all the youth, they have their own language, so we figured we would play a fun game of Gen Z Lingo Bingo. So we're gonna, before this live stream, we wrote down some lingo that we didn't know.
That Gen Z uses often, and we're going to quiz each other. So it's not exactly bingo, but it's a fun title. So, Shannon, do you want to start?
Okay.
She's going to basically give me a word, and I have to guess what it means, and then I'm going to do the same for her.
All right. So, cap.
No lie.
No lie?
Yeah.
So that would be no cap. So cap.
No cap. Cap is lie.
Yes. So it's like you're hiding behind a hat like Joe.
Oh, right.
So when if you can remember it, if you guys watch You, we also just did a parody of You on our YouTube channel, so check it out.
We did.
But you can think of it like when he's got the cap, he's like lying.
He's like
and
inconspicuous,
then when it's no cap,
no one
he's
knows
like,
him.
Yeah, or I don't know. He's just lying all the time.
He is. He really is. Super fake.
So good job. 1 point for Brianna.
Okay. Milk. What is milk? Because you have tea, and that's gossip.
Is milk like really good gossip because it's like thicker and creamier?
No. Do you want to have another guess?
Okay. I really don't know.
Okay, it means he or she needs help. Get that boy some milk.
You need some milk.
Yeah.
I say that all the time. I guess.
Do you really?
I do.
Why didn't you know?
So fun fact, if you've ever seen, I guess it was like a Vine, but it's just a short clip of this guy flailing around, and the woman behind the camera is just like, he needs some milk. But the extended version of that is it was like a protest, and he got
oh, right. He got sprayed in the pepper
sprayed.
sprayed, so milk helps with that. Okay, that makes sense.
So it's funny,
so
but then it's like really bad. So
it's bad. Okay.
All right.
Okay, next one.
So I did not get that one. That's your word.
It's like ha ha ha.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Hey. I feel like I should know this.
Common among Visco girls, which is another Gen Z term that I guess I understand. I guess it's just like basic, and they carry a hydro flask and have scrunchies.
It's like the Tumblr girl of 2019. So they wear like oversized tees and Nike shorts. That was actually one I was going to give you, but glad we can cross that off. We're not going to use that. Okay, my next one for you is motive.
The motivation.
That's a good guess, but no, not at all.
Oh, like the reason that somebody does something?
No, it's partying just to flex on Snapchat or Instagram. I gotta admit, I didn't even know that one.
I
So
feel old.
Okay.
Okay.
That's like ASMR.
Okay, now we have to, instead of laughing, we can only say So, smol, S-M-O-L.
Is like little and cute.
Or it can be big and cute if used ironically, but overall it just means cute.
Cute. Okay. Draking.
Draking? You
Oh no.
text underage girls?
Like fair, but no.
Oh, you're like really sad and like
Yeah, good
sing-
job.
yeah.
Like you're emotional and moping around.
Yeah, okay.
That's so shady. Okay,
And
you
that's
have-
that we're spilling the
Ow.
tea on Drake with that. No, okay. All right, this is the last one I have for you.
Okay.
Stan.
is like a major fan. Like you're really into something. You stan them.
So like
I stan BTS.
yes, that's what I was thinking. So I knew that like Stan was like a super fan, but it's actually Stans.
Stans.
It stands. I was trying to make a joke. It stands for stalker fan.
Oh.
So you're like so obsessed with them.
Ooh, nope, not that.
Also like Joe.
Everything just relates to you. If you haven't seen that show, you gotta watch it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, my last one for you is
For you.
for you
Oh my
is
God.
OTP. What does that stand for? in
Oh,
mean?
I did in
You
my
know this
in my
one?
research. I looked this up. OTP something one something pair. I already forgot it. But it means
But-
like a good couple,
Yeah, it's one true pair. It
one
mean-
true pair.
Yeah, it can be used to describe a fictional or real couple that's just meant to be.
I guess in that vein, do you know what ship means?
Yeah, like you're pairing two people together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we
So
go.
Shannon got 2, Brianna got 4.
So Brianna's younger than me. We've established that. All right.
Okay.
So kind of what we kind of defined what the Gen Z generation is. We got in the minds of them by speaking their language. So now we got to look at what are the characteristics that marketers are looking at
Yeah.
to really target them and get them to buy their stuff. So one of the things we have to know is they're self-taught. So a lot of Gen Zers, 33% use online tutorials to kind of learn new things. Even if we look at TikTok, for example, you got all the dances, like they literally just kind of like a monkey see, monkey do situation.
Yeah, very
and
much so.
they actually get really good at learning that way. So that's one thing to note about them.
It is. Also, they are very confident and they want to change the world. They're definitely very socially conscious and aware of like brands that are as well. So now,
So like when you're marketing to them, you got to think about their morals.
definitely.
I mean, I think every young generation has been really interested in like diversity more so than their parents and their
Yeah.
grandparents and stuff. But that's really, it's kind of come to a new level with Gen Z as far as like gender and sexuality and like androgyny and stuff like that. So definitely when you're doing your campaigns, not only include like all different races, all different genders, but also think about non-binary people, trans
Yeah.
people, and just do it in a way that's not like using diversity
Them for
as
your
a
benefit.
as a tool,
Yeah.
but
Like genuinely be interested in promoting equality across races, but also sizes and sexual orientations, all that.
just have everybody in there, because that's another thing too. If you're not authentic, like they're gonna know.
Yeah.
And they really don't like that. And that has to do with like like all the lingo we talked about and stuff, if you can include that in a way that doesn't sound forced, it's good. But
yeah,
if you're forcing it, it's going to be a total turnoff.
it is. Gen Z grew up in an era of lies and misinformation and fake news on the internet, so they can see right through those lies. If you get an influencer who, just because they're big and they're not actually interested in your product, people are going to be able to know. And so you want to get somebody that ties in your brand authentically and actually cares about the stuff you're selling.
Yeah, I think one of the worst campaigns we were talking about before this is I don't know if you've heard about the Justin Bieber Yummy push. So that's like the definition of that, like, try hard, inauthentic.
Cringy,
yeah.
Not good.
So we have this is the now deleted Instagram carousel that Justin Bieber had. So it started with this one, and then you would scroll over. And basically he's like begging you to buy his song on iTunes multiple times.
Yeah.
And then on Spotify, he's literally just like, make a playlist with the song like repeated 10,000 times. And then while you're sleeping,
play it on low volume.
Yeah, you can't mute it because it won't register.
Savage.
But he wants you to sleep with it on low volume.
Oh my God.
And I mean, looking into this, I had seen this post. I was like, ugh, this is deleted now. So it just goes to show the influence that Gen Z has. Like, if they call something out, which they will, like, really quickly.
Exactly.
So this post is now deleted. But there's other stuff. I was looking at a complex article with just all the thirsty. That's another one.
Yep, true.
All the kind of like just really desperate and thirsty ways that he was trying to sell this album. There was one, it was kind of depressing.
So
He did a live where, you know, you can join into the Instagram lives and it'll be like split screen. So he was letting fans join into the Instagram lives and like talk to him. But instead of asking anything about the fans, he was just like, did you buy my album?
Yeah.
Are you streaming it? Da-da-da. So it was just
it
like...
was so sad because the girl was like, yeah, I am. I'm doing everything I can. And it's just like, he's just using his fans right now to get number 1 on Billboard, which, like, what is that?
And it's working for the real stans. The stans are buying into it. So the stans are shipping his marketing techniques. But
this
yeah,
is what happens when you're not authentic.
And that's shade. What's the tea?
This is getting worse. Okay, let's move on to Gen Z's other values. So Gen Z values a sense of humor. They are like similar to millennials in that they have a quirky sense of humor, but whereas millennials favor like cleverness and wit, Gen Z more so favors absurdism and self-deprecating humor. Although that self-deprecating humor you definitely see with millennials as well. I feel like a lot of Gen Z's traits take millennial traits and like amplify them.
Yeah.
So diversity was important to millennials, as was kind of authenticity, but also socially conscious. Because definitely since they grew up in a time where that wasn't as big a deal. And like their parents maybe aren't as socially conscious, they felt they had to take it to, and like now Gen Z has done that even more so. So emphasizing like the eco-friendly aspects of your brand is definitely very important if you're trying to attract a Gen Z consumer.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and that's a good point too, is it's like, just take everything that you kind of market millennials with, such as, you know, all the things you mentioned, the diversity, the eco-friendliness, the self-deprecation, the self-awareness, and kind of like playing with this meta aspect. For example, like we see all the fast food brands on Twitter like dissing each other, and kind of that self-awareness of like they know they're a fast food brand and they're just kind of being goofy with it. Like that's a good thing to mimic.
Exactly.
A big one recently was the Mr. Peanut.
Yeah.
Mr. Peanut's
Mr.
death.
Peanut died.
R.I.P. to a real one.
An icon, if you will.
Yes, definitely. So just kind of really think outside the box and kind of make something that's like memeable and like kind of funny and definitely self-aware, and just especially with social media marketing, which obviously is crucial, because people
definitely.
Yeah, the youngs are on their phones all the time. So
yeah, don't take yourself too seriously.
But they're on their phones a lot, but the Gen Z is really looking at privacy a lot differently than past generations.
They definitely are. They definitely appreciate their privacy, but they also want personalization in ads. And I know those two typically don't go hand in hand, but you kind of have to find a way that your brand can do both, and that's kind of difficult, but yeah, I'm interested to see what people come up with in that.
Yeah, like they want to see ads that make sense to them, but not in a way where they're like, ooh, these people are definitely like stalking my data and stuff like that.
Like, how did they know I was looking at this just like 5 minutes ago on my computer and now it's on my Instagram feed? Like, don't love that.
Like, I think an example of advertising I like is the kind where people have visited it before. Like, I've been looking at rugs lately, obviously not a Gen Z, but I found this rug website that I really liked, and I keep seeing it now on my Instagram feed, or like I'll look at an artist that I like and keep kind of seeing that in their feed, especially if I think Instagram removed a like post as well, right?
I don't think so. I think they've done it on some, but not everybody. I know mine still shows likes.
I think mine are gone. So unless I save it, I can't like access it again. So that's the kind of personalization I like, but I don't like thinking something and then seeing it. Like, that kind of creeps me out.
Oof,
so
I hate that.
Stay away from brain tapping and stuff
really.
like that. So we've kind of talked a little bit about how to market to Gen Z, but let's kind of just
go in depth with that.
Yeah. So short form videos are really good.
Really important, because obviously people's attention spans are becoming shorter and shorter. You really have to get people's attention within the first 6 to 8 seconds of a video. But Gen Z really likes videos. And they're also streaming a lot. So they like ads on Spotify and Hulu and websites like that are going to do really well with Gen Z.
Yeah, I think a really crucial one is like a YouTube pre-roll.
Yeah, definitely.
And you said like getting their attention within 6 to 8 seconds.
Yeah.
I would even keep it like 5 or below, because if it's a YouTube pre-roll, you can skip it
really quick. Yeah.
So you want to make something that makes them want to stay for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah. Gen Z also is very, of course, as she said, they're on their devices a lot. They're invested in social media. Their favorite sites are Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Snapchat. And you might be shocked by Snapchat. You're like, that's a very old statistic. But if you think about it, the people that are deleting Snapchat are a lot of the older people. Like my friends that are older, and like my sister that's older, they've deleted Snapchat. They're using just Instagram stories. But like the younger people, like my younger friends and my younger sister, they still use Snapchat avidly. So they like the fact that the videos and pictures are gone within like a few seconds. So Snapchat's still very popular, and they do have explore features on there for ads and stuff. So,
and you mentioned a little bit about influencers. So obviously there's like influencers that are huge and have a lot of followers, but if it's not believable that they would like your product, I wouldn't even bother. If they do make sense for your product, reach out, even if it's like somebody with not too many followers, because if those followers are loyal, and somebody that you're targeting that's like, 3, 4, 5, 600 people that you didn't have your eyes on before. And that's the thing too, when you're looking for an influencer, go through their pictures, see if people are commenting and engaging. I would even maybe like look at the followers list and kind of look at some profiles and be like, are these people that
scope it out.
It's hard to kind of gauge the audience on Instagram, so just like making sure it's somebody that you want to reach is a good idea.
Definitely. Yeah, especially because a lot of influencers are having their likes taken away because I feel like they started with the bigger accounts. And so you definitely have to see if people are engaged, see that like comment to follower ratio, to make sure people aren't like buying followers and stuff, because that's definitely very popular and overdone. So creating a very enthralling and engaging social media marketing strategy is definitely essential for reaching Gen Z. And as she said, there's a lot of influencers out there like that are smaller and that will like use your product in their everyday life. So go for those kinds of people that are just like natural about it, you know, in the way they're advertising. It doesn't feel like an ad. That's really good and that's authentic.
Yeah, and even just in your own content creation or advertising, just make it look like a natural point in the feed. Like we talked about that a little more in depth on a past live stream about advertising, but just make it like a little bit absurd, very aesthetic, really colorful and bold, and just like something that somebody would post on Instagram. Definitely don't make it look like an ad. And you know, of course, Gen Z, and I think everybody, maybe not the like boomers, but I think everybody younger really likes memes.
Definitely.
So if you can do that in the right way and make sure you're like on trend with the meme.
Yeah.
There's like a big one right now where it's like Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
LinkedIn, Tinder. So just, I mean, Baby Yoda, I think is pretty good right now, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's good. It's on its way out. Yeah.
Almost out.
So just make sure you're not like, you know, it moves fast, so you really got to be on it.
It really does.
Just make sure you're not too done on the meme, and make sure you're current and sticking to the trends.
Yeah.
Speaking of trends, we've got our State of Digital Marketing address coming on up. So we got the tickets available for that on stateofdigital2020.com. And if you are watching this live stream and want a promo code, hit us up. Just send us a DM, and we really appreciate you watching. So want to definitely hook the people that are engaged with this up a little bit. We also, if you want to know a little bit more about Gen Z, we have an article on our website. So you can go to the Array Digital blog, scroll down to thisisarray.com, scroll down to resources, and it'll have the Generation Z article along with a lot of really good marketing tips, trends, and how-tos up there. So, yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Gen Z? I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, we did.
So, yeah, just yeet on over to stateofdigital2020.com and get your ticket. It's going to be litty.
Oh, gosh. But if you're if you're trying to market to Gen Z, get somebody that's Gen Z. Don't get somebody that's using old lingo and like stuffing it in. This is like keyword stuffing. We know that's a no-no.
The shade.
So, yeah.
The shade.
Yeah, that's the tea.
Oh, my God. All right.
That was bad.
Thanks for joining us on the Lunchtime live stream.
Bye.
Yeet. Oh.